if I get the bottom right or the very bottom position, like the 4 o'clock or the 6 o'clock position, I really like doing this. I really like building the AOW there, not only because you can creep that shop, but you can reroute it and make an archer and creep another shop, and then you can come back and creep the mine and get that level 5 null, and that gives you level 3. Super imba. Gives you a really fast level 3 DH. The problem with it is you can't make too many archers, but my point this game is that the demon man can kill everything himself, so you don't need archers if you have a level 3 demon man. Okay, so everyone should have this queued up by now. So that was kind of a long time in between the last 3 playing this one. But, okay, so 2 minutes, my perspective, 1x speed, no wood, against insanity, unpause, in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay, so 202, 203, 204. Alright, so I make an archer and I start creeping this shop here, dude. Creeping that shop is really good because it gives you like a claws of or a gloves of haste or a circlet of nobility or a ring of protection. I personally like the claws the most, but nobility, circlet of nobility is pretty good as well. I mean, they're all pretty equally good. The game is relatively balanced in terms of those items. The only problem with the item drops are when that greater healing potion is involved, or whenever that Tomb of Experience is involved. Now, a lot of Potom users, whenever they come with their Potom, they'll try and come and steal this creep. Just stop creeping it. Just keep it within like 3 hits, okay? And just stop. Look at my AOW. My AOW, you just sit there eating trees, okay? And just have your Demon Hunter just keep attacking the Potom, okay? If he comes in range with the AOW, whack him with that AOW because it does like 10 million damage, okay? And you'll see I end up actually killing his Potom because he tries to take the creep. Now, normally you can't kill the Potom because of that, but you can lower it to such low HP that it's almost as devastating. Like, killing a level 1 hero, honestly, especially when it's a Potom, it really doesn't matter that much because he's not going to do anything with that Potom anyway, because you can't creep with like 1 hunt and a Potom. You really can't creep anyway. So even if he did get away from that and I didn't kill him, he would have had to soak up all of his wells because he had no mana and he had no life, and he still would have been at like half life. So that Potom was basically completely useless because of that little attack. So killing him, the biggest problem with me killing him is it gave me an extra 100 experience. And that's the thing he should be worried about. It really doesn't matter whether he died or not. It's just him giving me that experience, which is the worst thing. Okay, so you see, now I start creeping this mine. While you're creeping this mine, if you're only doing it with 1 archer, you're going to need 2 wisps to repair the mine, or to repair the AOW for you. Now, if you take a look, Insanity is actually doing the strategy that I talked about last game. You'll take a look at the top of the map. He's building a tree of life up there. Now, honestly, I should have used that wisp. I have a wisp over in his base. I should have used that wisp to scout to see what he was doing. I didn't do it. I don't know why. Sometimes in lighter games, I really do feel lazy, and I just don't do things because I'm lazy. But I should have scouted to see if he was making a tree of life up there. And it was kind of stupid of me not to. But what are you going to do? But you'll see, I just dinged level 3. The reason I dinged level 3 is because I killed that Potom. Normally you have to creep 2 shops and that mine to get level 3. But I got level 3 just by creeping that little green dude and the shop and the mine. So, but still, if you take a look at hero levels, level 3 versus level 0.5. So, and not to mention, I have Painkiller. Painkiller with plus 8 damage. Painkiller's such domination. Okay. Now he kills a couple of my wisps right here. Once again, I think it was because I was just feeling lazy. You can shuffle your wisps in and out of your mine pretty easily as long as you get a half decent ping to VNet. And I didn't even have a dust there. He could have just hid his units. I guess they would have kept taking damage though. Now, on Null Wood, if it's a life fountain and you're doing this Potom Hunt thing, like this Potom Hunt thing is actually a lot better when it is a life fountain. You'll see there, finally my Wisp is scouting. Now, when he comes and hits me with those 2 hunts and he doesn't have like 8 hunts and then he TPs out, that's whenever I know what he's going to do. Because if someone hits you with like 2 hunts and it's that far into the game and he doesn't have like 6 hunts, you know he's going to be doing the Teching Expo thing. because that's what I do, which I showed you last game. So I use my Scout Wisp to see where he is, and I see he's going to be creeping this. So I start running my units up there. My Demon Hunter is already level 3, so I don't have to worry about creeping anymore. Now, if I wasn't level 3 yet, I might think about creeping a shop just to get to level 3 and then come and push. But since I'm already level 3, I'm just going to go ahead and try and harass this little creep and give him as much trouble as I can. And take a look at my base. I have to remake those stupid wisps, which really pisses me off. But remaking those wisps isn't bad, especially when you're Night Elf, because those lore units are really wood heavy. And if you're going to expo, if you plan on expoing later in the game, then you're going to need those wisps anyway for your mine. So it's not that big of a deal. If you take a look at my base, I'm going straight to tier 3 because I'm on top of his bum hole while he's creeping this. That's the only reason I'm going tier 3. Otherwise, I would have stayed tier 2 and I would have done what Nagash did last game. But because I'm on his butt right now while he's creeping this, I know it's going to take him a while for him to get this mine up, and I think that I will have enough of an advantage that by the time his mine gets up, I'll have enough bears and I'll be able to push it. So that's my ultimate feeling. And the thing is, I'm just trying to take as little damage as possible while staying on his army so that he can't creep it. And you see that's exactly what I'm doing. Now you see he's going all in for the kill. So I mana burn for 2 mana. Probably not the smartest thing, but I'm going for the bottom kill. I know the bottom doesn't have a TP from earlier. Now unfortunately I had to TP out from there. I might have been able to run out, but if he was any good, we would have just walked his tree up like half an inch and it actually would have blocked me in there. But I TP'd back because I had bears in my base anyway, and they can just rejuve me. Now at this point you can kind of play this game 2 ways. You can either continue to try and push his base, or you can try and creep and expo yourself. Now I'm gonna push his base for a while here and just to see how much damage I can do. You'll see I finally used that staff, and I staffed onto my Scout Wisp that I had over there to cancel his mine. Now my goal in terms of this is just to keep that mine from going up as long as I possibly can, just to keep the economic advantage at a balance, or just to, keep my income at the same as his income. And then eventually, I'll have bears and he has dryads. But just because I have bears and he has dryads doesn't mean I win. Because if he has more dryads than I have bears, you can still very, very easily lose that game, that fight. Just because dryads slow, and with a Potom and a Naga, they actually do a lot of damage. You'll see I'm using my level 3 Demon Hunter to his fullest potential by kind of baiting him. I'm using my Demon Hunter to bait him to attack, because the one thing I didn't want him to do is I didn't want him to chase and kill my 2 bears, which he probably could have chased and killed 1, I think. But instead he goes for my level 3 Demon Man. So I bait him using my Dota skills, and then I run around through the trees using my Dota skills once again, and then I'm going to staff out once I run him up into the abyss of Tavern Land up at 1 o'clock in the map. So I staffed out and I saved my 2 bears, so that was kind of good. And you'll see while I was doing that, I started to build a Tree of Life. The thing is, you can start to build that expo as soon as your master thing is finished, and you'll see my master thing just finished, which means I'm able to fight him. You really can't fight him until you have master. So once I have my master thing finished, I build that Tree of Life. I build an AP just because APs rape dryads in the bum hole. So that's why I'm building the AP there. And the other thing is the AP not only does it do damage to dryads, but it buys you enough time to run back to the expo if you have to. So, or it'll buy you that time to TP. But anyway, basically, more than doing damage is it makes him focus the AP before he focuses the tree, which is really, really good. So now I think I'm going to go Creep Jack here in the middle. I don't think it's going to help any. No, I think he might actually win this fight. I don't think I can fight this. I think I saw how many dryads he had, and I was like, oh, damn it. And I just keep running back. because I really couldn't fight that many dryads. If you look at the food, it's 42 to 50.